Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deepak, and in today's session, we are going to learn about the Twig templates. So let's continue and check what we are going to learn in this session. So we will learn about what are the template and basic template syntax, then how to use tags on a template. What are the tags? What are the filters? How to use that? What are the function? How to use that? Then the basic configuration in the Twig, then how we can create the Twig template. So what should be the naming convention for that. Then we will learn about variable, so how to pass variable to the UI and how to print, and when we print object and array, how that works internally. So linking the number of pages to each other, then how we can use the asset bundle, then uh, using the app variables. So these are the app variable, those are available on the Twig. So how to use that. Then global variables, how to define a global variable and how to use that in the Twig pages. Then we will also learn about a Twig component, and in this Twig component, under this Twig component, we will try to create one custom component, so you will understand how to create a reusable components. Then we will also learn about the how to render the Twig template in the controller as well as in the services. Then we can also try to play with some dumb utility, so to print the data. So normally it's used to debug the templates. Then we can include the templates in each other. Then how we can embed the controller in the direct in the template, we can learn about that. Then yes, we can also learn about layouts and how to extend layouts. It's similar same as the inheritance. Then we will also learn about the Twig extension. We will try to create a custom filter or function to understand this. So these are the reusable filter that we will going to create. So let's start with the what is the Twig. So basically Symfony is good to use some template engine to render the HTML. So Twig is a template engine in the Symfony that we use to render the HTML. Now what are in the Twig? All the HTML feature exist in the Twig, so we can use any HTML tag, as well as we can we can use some custom tags. So whatever we use in the two curly brackets, those will be print on the UI. So whatever we use in this bracket, that will be used for the logic purpose, and whatever we use in this bracket, it's a comment. Then if we want to apply some logic while printing, then we have option like a tags or filter, so we can also understand how to use that. So uh, basically it's very easy, and whenever we create some UI component, that will be rendered as HTML, and we can see that on the UI. So let's check what are the tag in the Twigs. So normally we use tags in the this bracket. So what are the tag, popular tag we can use, like if condition, loop. Let's list out the order tag. As we are using the Symfony 7 use the Twig 3.0 version. So let's check what are the tags available here. Apply autoscope, that remove the spaces. Block, we can create a new reusable blocks. Cache, we can cache some code. Do embedded, extend, flush, for from, if import, include macro, we can create some macro. Sandbox set. So these are the some tags that we can use in the Symfony. So let's try to use one of the tag to make sure we know how to use that. For that, I think instead of creating the new controller, let's try to apply some here. Okay, let's try to open this product. So this is the product, and the UI is here. Okay, so let's check. So for example, I am going to send some variable to the UI. Debug. Okay. So if this variable exists and if it is a true, then only then we can dump the variable. So this is the syntax where we can use the if. So if debug is defined and debug is not blank, and debug blank means it is a, it can be a false. Okay, so debug equal to true. So let's check that. Indeed. So this is how we can use the if. Let's check that if that is working or not. See, it's printed here, it means that it's working. And what we send a false, see, it's not working. So this is how we can use the tag. So let's just navigate the popular tag. So this is the if, for, set. Okay, so these are the blocks, these are the very popular. So using if condition, it is a start and end if, both using the this bracket. Okay, see, if and is start. So these are the condition. If there are more than one condition, then there is the operator and or. So we have to write that something like that, and or. This is the if else statement. This is simple if else that is normally exists in any common language. Okay, so this is the for. It's used as a for in statement. So user in users, this should be the array. Okay, so let's try to use this. So I want to print some number from 1 to 10. So let's check and try to check that. Okay, so when I refresh it, we can see there is a number printed from the 0 to 10. Okay, so this is for. Then we have a set. So suppose I want to create the variable here. Okay, so set message equal to, this is any custom message. Okay, so this is any custom message. I just create this simple variable. Let's try to use that. So suppose I want to print that message like that. So it's working like a variable that we pass in from the controller. So this is the this is how we can use the custom messages. So what is the next? Then tag sets. Okay, block. Okay, so block, in the block we can create a block and reuse that. For example, here we have created the block body. Okay, and we override that body here. So whatever we override in the body, that should be override here and render the final HTML. So this is how we can use the block. So these are some tags that we use in the Symfony. So what are the next? Okay, this is just matter of some demo. In couple of next sessions we will do the more practice when we will start with some assignment. Then filter. Okay, so suppose I want to print some data, but before print data I want to apply some logic. So we can use the filter, and the filter can be used by the pipe separated. So let's check which are the common filters available in the Twig. So these are the filter list that commonly used. So most common filter we use like a date, default, then first, format, map, NL to BR, raw. Yes, raw also we use lots of time, sort, split. So these are the normal filter. Upper. So whenever I want to print a string but in the upper character. So let's check that. So see, this is how we can use the date. Okay, this is how we can use the filter. So this filter don't have any parameter, but date filter having some parameter. So it is working something like that. So let's try to use the upper filter. So for example, we want to show this message, but we want to print that in a upper case. Okay, so all the letters should be print as a capital. These are the filters. So it's very easy. For example, I have also some tag over here. For example, a tag, and just okay. So Okay, so this is just simple. See, it print as it is, but I want to print it as a HTML, so I can use the raw, and then that will be print as a tag as HTML, so that will be rendered as a HTML. So this is the use of the raw. So NL to BL, for example, I want to, this is my simple string, okay, and there is also /n to start the new line. This is second line, okay. So I want to print this as a NL to BR. So what will happen after use this filter? This filter will be print all the new lines as a BR tag, and they start on the new line. See, this is how we can. So this is the power of the filter. It's a reusable component. We can use that on the expression before print. So next is the Twig function. Okay, so Twig function normally call as a same. We can call the function same as any programming language, like a function name and parameter if any. So let's check what are the functions available in the default Twig. So let me close this. Okay, so these are the normal functions that we can use: date, cycle, dump. Yeah, let's start with this. So this is the dump function. We'll also use that in the, yeah, see, this we use that dump. So what is the use of dump function? To print some variable and print some objects with all the properties. See, so this is the function we can call. Function name, open bracket and close bracket. Date function, we have also date filter. Okay, so see, in the range 0 to 3, range 0, 6, 2, 2 of the interval, that will be create the range. So this is how we can use the range. So these are the Twig function that normally we use lots while all programming. Then let's check about the configuration. So yes, Twig is a package, so there should be a package YML file. So this is the file that we can use for the configuration. Okay, so let's check what are the default configuration variables. If we open this, then we can see that auto reload. So sometime if it is true, then it will be compile and auto reload in the Twig template. Okay, then auto escape service, base template class ideas, cache, character set, dates. We can define the filters like a date, what kind of date format we need. If we use the default and debug default pause, but from it we normally use the theme when we want to use the theme. See, it's any bootstrap theme that we can pass, or custom template that we create. And yes, global variable, we can use that as a configuration and create some global variable, and we can use that anywhere on the Twigs. Yes, these are the path where we can find out the templates. Static variable, yes, we can also use that. So these are the basic configuration. Normally we are not more dealing with the configuration. It can be rare once we configure the basic variable and basic, when we set the basic configuration into a file, then normally it's not change. Then naming convention, yes, before naming convention, let's check what are the templates. Okay, so in the Symfony, all the UI, all the template in the template directory. So this is the default path of the template directory. Okay, so whatever we create in this template, whatever the file we create in this template, those are the template file. So the template file are with the base.html.twig. These are the basic extension that we use. And suppose I want to create a new template, so we have to follow the snake case, snake naming convention. For example, I want to show the product detail, so that will be something like a product underscore detail .html.twig. So this is how we can use the snake case. So there are two words, product and detail, and we separated it by the underscore. So this is the product detail page. Let's check if we use that product detail page. Suppose we want to show the product number 1. Yeah, this is just temporary. We are not yet created any entity or anything. So product, we use this as a camel case because it's a PHP code. So let's check that. I'm going to render the product detail template 1. So this is how we can create the template, and this is how we can name the files. So if there is a more than one words, then separate that by the underscore. Then variables. Now variables mean whatever the data we send, whatever the variable we send from backend, from controller to the UI are the variables. So let's check. For example, I want to create the array. Okay, so status list equal to array. This array contain some values like dropped, then inactive, then active, and let's pass this variable to the UI. Okay, so this is how we can pass variable to the UI. Now I want to use this on the UI. How we can use that? Let's dump it. List. See, this is how we can use that. So suppose I want to print the, so it will be something like that, static list of 0. Okay, see, drop. Now I am going to change this in a different manner. For example, let's check the add some another variable, dollar product equal to, this is also array, the product of name equal to headphone. Okay, so pass this product to the UI. Now I want to print this product. Let's check how we can do that. First of all, I am going to print the product, term the product. Okay, suppose I want to debug the product. This is how we can see the product. So how we can print that? Let's print product dot name. So this is how we can print the name, headphone. Now we have one let's check another, dollar blog1 equal to array blog1 of slug equal to test article. Okay, blog1 dot title equal to article, and let's check the blog variable. Okay, so I want to print the title of the blog. How we can print that? Blog1 of title. Okay, let's check how it will work. See, test article. So this is how we can print the variable, I mean map. It's an array by key map. So using key we can print the any single value from the array. But now we have also class. So let's check how we can use the class blog equal to new blog. Okay, so let's set some variable blog of set slug headphone article. Okay, so let's take blog of set name headphone article, and then pass this variable. So before that we will dump this variable and check what will be in this variable. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as it is. So I just want to show you difference how to print a class, object or array. So let's dump this variable and check that. Oh, okay, so this is how we can see the object, and let's also dump the array blog one. This is we can see the array. So it's like a reference of the blog, and it's a array object. Now I want to print this slug from blog object and slug from blog array. So slug dot slug. So I will use the same because it's a slug and slug. See, so how it works, let's check the how it is work. So for that, blog entity blog, let's open the blog. So we have this name here or slug here, that is the private, but we have the getter and setter method. So this is the method trigger when I call this. Let's understand the sequence. So yeah, so first of all, it's the priority of the array object. So if when I use this syntax slug, then it will check if it is array, then check this is the key is exist in the array or not. So yes, this is the key exists in the array, then print it. So this is the array, that is clear. Then what about the object? So if I use object reference dot variable, it means that initially it check is any public variable with the name of the $slug. Okay, with the name of the slug exists in the file. If yes, then use that. Second thing is that if that is not found, then it check that with the same name is there any public method. Okay, so public function and slug, open bracket close bracket. If there is no any public variable, then it look for the method. If there is any public method, if exists, then call that method. Okay, if that method is not exist, then it's check is there any getter method. So see, we have a get slug getter method. Because of that, as we use the slug, it's trigger the getter method. Okay, in our case. So if getter method is not exist, then is check the iser method. For example, is true, is available, like a boolean method. Otherwise, has true, has slug. So this is a sequence. So array and object we will going to use same way, but when it render, the Symfony will treat, first of all check if it is array, then check if it is a key exists in the array. If yes, then print it. If it is not array, then check if it is a public variable available in the object in the class. If yes, then use it. If not, then it's find out the is there any public method with the name. If yes, then use it. If not, then check if there is any getter method. If yes, then use it. If check is there any iser method like is slug. If exists, then use it. Otherwise, look for the as. If no any method or no any criteria match, then it will be print the runtime error. So let's check that. So I'm going to print is like slug one. Okay, so let's check that there is no any slug properties. Okay, neither the property. So there is no any property or the method or the get slug method or the it slug method or the has slug method or call x. There is no any reference available with the slug one. So because of that, we got the runtime error. Okay, so this is how the object and array will be print on the Twig pages. Okay, so next is we have to linking the pages. For example, this is product page. Okay, and I'm going to link the other page over here. Okay, let's check how we can do that. So using path variable, okay, using path variable we can use that. So path, and we have to mention the route name. So I'm going to mention this route name over here. Okay, back to product list. Okay, so just render it. This is a link. So how I link one page to the another. So when I click that, it will be come back to the product page. Okay, so now let's again connect the product page to the product detail page. For that we have to just use the detail route here. Okay, so this is how we can create a basic website. See? So using path variable we can connect multiple pages. Okay, so let's take some example. For example, BuzzFeed. Okay, I just open one of the blog website. These websites having some menus, some having some tag. So I have one homework for you. Just create the basic HTML pages, create the multiple routes. Okay, create the multiple controllers and just connect to each other, same like I connect these two pages to each other. Don't think about the design. Okay, design is a different part. Understand the concept. To understand the concept, just create your personal website with about us, home, services, contact us. These are the number of routes you have to create, and then link pages each other, and then you can just print something like that. This is the contact page and link for the another page. So just I want you to just understand how to link pages to each other. So this is the homework for you. When you finish your homework, just put your comment in the video. So I know you already so I can understand you just follow my video and just create your assignment. Okay, then next is asset. So why we use asset? So there are three resources that we use: CSS, JS, or image. To render these variable, to render these CSS, JS, or image, we need an asset component. So for that, there is a asset bundle that we need, that required. And while creating the application, I install the web app bundle. That's automatically also import the assets. So we can see that here, assets. Okay, so it's already included. So let's check how we can use the asset. For that we need a basic thing. First of all, let's check where we can put our assets. So there is a public directory that we already learned directory structure in the directory structure video. So let's create some folder like assets, and then I will create 3 folders, something like that: CSS, then JS, and then images. Okay, so we will create some test file and try to include in our project. Okay, using asset bundle. So let's add some default.css. Okay, then add some JS common.js. In the default.js, let's create the some classes, CSS classes, txt white. Okay, so color equal to white, then .txt lg white or black. Okay, so that will be, font size will be big, 50 pixel, and then color will be black. So these are the CSS that I just create a simple CSS. Okay, just add some simple function into it. Function log, I want to print some data. Okay, So message. Okay, so this will be print some message on the console. Okay, so let's add these two. Also we download some image, some sample image for, wait, let's download some sample image. Okay, okay, let's download this image. Yep. Sample image. So I'm going to pick up this sample image and put into the images. So we have one JS file, we have one CSS file, and we have one image. So let's check how we can use that. So we have a product and we have a product detail. Okay, both. So let's override that and then we will get the, okay, okay. So let's check, nothing will change, but it will be include the, okay. Now I want to include the JavaScript. So how we can include the JavaScript? For that we have a script tag. Okay, and script tag we have a src. Using the src we can include our assets. So let's check how we can do that. So assets is the path from the public. So asset file is asset, then js, and then whatever the file name is there. Okay, see, assets, js, and comma. This is how I include the file. Let's check that if it is working or not. Oh yeah, see my here I can see the JS file added, and that redirect to the actual JS file. What I'm going to do is I want to add this file in all pages. So better to add that in the, okay, okay. So it's removed from here, and let's check that where it added. Yeah, it's added in the header. Now let's also add the CSS. How we can add that CSS? Link the CSS in the same way, but it's in the CSS default CSS. So let's check that. Oh, we have to also mention the, okay. So this is our CSS. See, now I want to apply this on my text. So let's apply. Okay, so okay, apply to the link. Apply to the link. See, this is how we can print. Now I want to call the JavaScript. So let's also use that. So script tag. What function we created there? Log. Okay. So whenever this page is loading, let's trigger the figure. Let's check and find out if it is print or not. It is on the product detail page. Okay, here that should be printed here. This is the sample function figure. So this is how we can use the assets and include the JavaScript and how to call the JavaScript. Then image. Let's also print this image on the page. img. Okay, src. Same way we can print the image. So let's copy it. Let's paste this, and then using image from image folder, we can print the image, something like that. Images, it's not image, it's the images. Okay, this is how we can print the image. Okay, so I just pick up the one random image from the Google. If this is a copyright, then let me know, I will remove that. Okay, so this is how we can print the image. Then next is app variable. Okay, yes, these are the app variable by default available on every pages. So okay, see these flashes. Okay, let's check. We have already learned about how to add flash message. Okay, while blog, I mean while previous session. So let's check how we can use that here also. So let's print some flash message. Some add flash. Okay, success. Okay, product list show, and just print the flash on the first of all. Let's try to dump it. Okay, unexpected return. Where? Oh yeah, I know. Okay, so I think we have to loop it and then print it. So let's try to loop it. Why it's not printed over here? Okay, you can see flash messages like that, but you can only read that only one time. So let's check how we can read, how we can print that. It's an array, so we can include array in the success in dot success. I'm going to use the default function. So if that is exist, then return. If not exist, then return as a blank array. Okay, so success is a array. Okay, success is a array. So message, and we will print that message in a tag like that. Let's put a message because we have already message variable available. Okay, sometime. Okay, before message. Okay, the key success does not exist in array. The key. The checks what will be happen. Array is to string conversion. What will be here? 0. Okay, let's dump it again. Yeah, because it's already used, it's useless. So we have a success array. So why not to use it? So when we use it, we will get another array. Yep. So this array, whatever array from, this should be work now. Wow, I created that so many times. So the success does not exist in array, it's empty. Why? Yeah, we have that printed like that. Okay, so we cannot use the default with there. So these are the variables. So let's check what variable we have. So app user. So when we deal with the login user, then we can, then app user will be available. So app request, we can directly use the request object on the Twig page. So this is the request object that we use in the controller exist. We can use that as it is. Then session, yes, if we put something in the session, then we can use that directly on the page by access the session variables. Okay, then next is a flash that we see local. When we work with the locals, multiple languages, that will be also printed here. So by default locale is English. So next is global variable. Okay, so we can check how to create the global variable. So for that I'm going to close all unnecessary files. Okay, so let's check the configuration file first. Here is our configuration file package and Twig, and we can define the global variables. Okay, so let's define the global variable. So here globals like that, and we can define the all global variable under it. So short date format. Okay, so I just define the date format dmy. So suppose we want to print date, so that will be something like that. Let's debug this on the product detail page. Okay, suppose I want to print the date. How we can print now? In the double code now, that will be print the current date and then date function. Okay, and then I will pass the variable. Let's check that if it will work or not. So, oh man, I'm very good to do the spelling mistake. Okay, so this is how we can use the, wow, but why it's not working? Let's check that short date. What will be short date? Okay, unknown function. Yeah, dmy. So why it's not working with the date now date? Okay, let's check. And then when I pass the format, yeah, it will be converted into the format. So all the global variable we can print here. So company name, okay, so when I use this company name and print somewhere, this variable directly available on the all Twig pages. So this is how we can define the global parameter. Then we have a Twig components. Okay, so this is the interesting topic. For example, we want to okay, so we have a flash messages, okay, and I want to create the I want to create a component that will be print the flash messages. So this is the logic that we created. Instead of that, I will going to create the reusable, but before that we need to install this bundle. Okay, this bundle is necessary, so I'm going to okay, so it's not working here. Let's try to, okay, so here I'm going to install that package first. Okay, so install this package. I'm going to install that package. Okay, so let's wait. Yeah, it's installed. Okay, let's refresh the page. Going to create a new terminal here. Okay, now we have to create the our first component, so we can use the maker bundle for that. So let's find out the which command we can use for that. Okay, so this is a maker command, and we can see here make component. Okay, so let's create that by using that command name flash. Okay, I want to print the flash, so let's create the no. Okay, let's see what will be created in the project. Okay, so we have src and src twig component and flash. So we have created this flash component. Okay, then in the template component, okay, we have this flash. So two files is created. One is a php file and one is a html file. So what is the so I want to print the flash messages. So when I call this component, my flash messages should be print. Okay, so how we can do that? So if type equal to I want, before using this, I want to just do one test and let's make sure that will be work or not. I'm not sure, but let's try to understand. Yeah, this is working. So I'm just defining the variable like a public and then string, it will be type. Okay, so default is success. Let's use the same variable to avoid the so now our component is ready. Okay, our Twig file is also ready. So okay, so this is how we can create the component and we can use that, but it is a content, but I think there is no any issue with that. Okay, let's try to use that, and then if any issue, then we can check what is the component. Okay, that should be used as a tag Twig and hash. Okay, then I want to print that success. Okay, I'm going to comment this, so this will not execute again. Let's check this line is print or not. See, so whenever I need to print a flash, instead of these 3 lines, I just will print the only 1 line. Okay, and then instead of dumb, let's make it proper view. Okay, now we have a css included, so let's do some fun. So I'm going to make some type. Okay, this the background color, the background will be green I'm not sure if that will be work or not, but let's check that. So whenever I print the flash, it will be high. Yeah, it's working. So this is how we can create the reusable component. Okay, so next, what is the next? Rendering the template. Okay, so we can render template by using the render. So we already learned that in the last session, but now if I want to render that in the service, then we have to import the environment service, and based on the environment service we can read the twig, we can use the twig environment object and then call the render function. So we already know how to create, how to access the services in the custom. So this will be something like that. Yeah, we have this, we have here. So let's create the new property, environment. Okay, Twig. Let's import it, and then Twig. All of these off, all of these off. My keyboard, lots of time. Okay, so this is how we can now public function get email HTML. Okay, return $this of Twig render. Okay, name of the template. So where we have a template email in the product slash email. So whatever the content, that will be written that as a HTML. Okay, so this will be written as a string. So let's check that. So we have to import this route. Let's check in the detail, and then okay, and then email equal to HTML. That will be render the email. And then if we print that here or dump, it will be show the content. This is the email content. This is how we can use the render the template in the service. Okay, in the controller we already use the render and render view that we already seen the last. So I can also include one file into the another file. So just it is a very easy. Instead of that, I can include the email template or any another template like that. So this is the email content. This is how I can include. Okay, so next one is a embedding controller in the, this is how we can directly render the controller. So let's check how we can render that. Okay, so okay, block controller. Okay, we have a block controller and render article. Okay, let's check how we can do that. So we have already controller, block controller. I can create the function over here, public function render articles. So that let's create some render render. Okay, so this is the function name block, this is the function name that we have to create. Okay, render. Let's check that. See? Welcome chapter 4. So whatever we have here in the blog, that will be automatically imported in the Okay. Okay, this is the content exists in this file, and I can directly import that into the content into the Twig file using render controller. Okay, so this is how we can render the controller. So where we need that, lots of time we need to deal with the database thing, and then using database operator get some data and print on the Twig page. So lots of places we need this, so we can use this as a reusable block. Okay, so template and then extension. So we have a template. See, this is the product we extend from the base layout. So whenever we extend any layout, so we can consider this block as a functions, and we can override that functions in whatever pages we have imported. So if I am not added the body tag here, so that will be render whatever default in the body tag. So this is how we can render, we can extend one template from the another template. And then Twig extension. Okay, so we can create Twig extension using maker bundles. So let's check that. PHP bin console make. Okay, so this is how we can create the bin console Twig extension. So my extension name will be, okay, app extension. Let's keep as a default. Okay, so let's check what is created over there. So we have a Twig, then extension, and we have one extension created over here. Okay, so this is how we can see the extension. Okay. So get functions, filter name, and then how to call that. Suppose I want to okay, so let's create one filter like a private function date. Okay, this will be return the string and return, okay, new date time. Okay, current time. So this will, I'm going to create one filter. That filter will be print the current date time. Okay, so let's check how we can do that. B M Y H I S. Okay, and then this will be the current date. This is the function name, and this is the object name. Okay, this is how I can trigger this on the extension. So when I use the current date, that will be print as a, so let's do that. I'm going to remove this dumb current date. Okay, okay, that should be public, I guess. Yeah, see, this is how we can use the filter. So same way we can create the functions that we already, okay, function. So this is how we can create the big function. Same way, current date fn this, but we will call that as a function. Okay, so let's use that. Okay, this is how we can call it like a function. This is the function. So what we learn in today's session, I know it's a big session, but we learn a lots about Twig. So next time we will create some separate video on the component, on the functions, on the filters, so you will get the detailed overview. So what we learned today: basics of the template, configuration of the template, what are the filters, functions, and tag available in the template, then how we can render the variable, and what is the sequence to render the variable, how to link multiple pages, assets, app variable, global variable, components, how to render in the controller using render method or using environment service. We can render that in any custom services. Then include the number of template in each other, how to include the render the any controller functions, then how to render the filters and function, that is user defined filter and function. So in the next video we will come with the new chapter. If you want more video from my side, then subscribe my channel by click on the bell icon, and remember today's homework. Thank you.